Okay, we right here. Okay, boom. And 1 second, Brother Michael. 1 second. I'm getting a notification now. There we
Yes,
go.
it say we
And
live.
we are live. Thank you all very much. Okay, yes, sir. Back with Michael Muhammad. I appreciate that. But yes, sir, Brother Michael, we want to know, how did your parents feel about you accepting the teachings? Sorry.
Yes, sir. Okay, I was about to say initially, I don't know what was being said to my mother, right? But she she came up and asked me one day. She was like, so this Nation of Islam, so can you get out? So I'm like, what are they saying to you, right? But she saw the changes that were being made in my life, and she was like, man, y'all can say what y'all want, but I see the changes that's taking place in his life, so I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's how that went.
Beautiful. Yes, sir. What was it like for you the first time meeting the Most Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan?
Wow. It was actually September the 19th, 1993. See, I was playing the bass for the Men's Day Choir that day. And he spoke that day for the Men's Day, right? So now I already know I'm going to I had already, because there was rumors going around the church, he joining the Nation because of this, he joining the Nation because of that. So I had already met with Reverend Wilson to talk to him about my decision to join the Nation, things of that nature. So we were cool, he was cool. And so now I already know that the minister about to be in here. I know he a musician, you know what I'm saying? So I'm all in the groove, man, and I'm just zoned out. So anyway, after the service, he went downstairs to shake hands. And so I'm standing in this line, and I'm like, wow, what am I going to say to Miss Louis Farrakhan, right? Because I already know, man, this the Jesus, man. What I'm about to say to this man, right? So I get closer, closer, closer. So by the time I got to him, we shook hands, we exchanged the greetings, and before I could say anything, he said, bass player, right? Man, I got the blushing, man. He said, you play a good bass. And so I'm tripping, man. I'm like tripping, right? And so the only thing I could think to say after that is, I said, thank you for showing me what a free man looked like. I hope to be that way one day. And he looked me straight. You know how the minister look you down in your soul. You know what I'm saying? He said, don't worry, brother. You will. You know what I'm saying? So that was my first time ever being face to face with the minister.
Praise be to Allah. And what was it like? What was Reverend Willie Wilson? How did he handle you saying that you were going to leave the church and join the Nation?
Well, and that's the thing. So I'm sitting there at his desk, and the main thing the main point that I made with him, because let me say this, Allah blessed me with drugs, cigarettes, alcohol, all of that right there in the church. You know what I'm saying? And so my words to him was like, you're my spiritual father. You know what I mean? And every father wants to see that their son can go out into the world and make everything that they taught them a reality. You know what I'm saying? And so that was my message to him. And it was a certain phase in my discipline that I needed, that I felt like the ranks of the Nation of Islam and the FOI would give me for the next phase of my development. And he agreed. And he praised my move. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful, sir. I just want to read. Sister Latasha says, "Assalamu alaikum, salam." Everybody. Sister Maria says, "Assalamu alaikum." Brother Victor P says the greetings as well. Yes, sir. So the reason I want to go back to what was it about the church that helped you, Reverend Willie Wilson's church specifically, to help you battle addiction?
Well, Rev used to always say, he said, He said, I don't care if you got 1 foot in here and 1 foot in the world on a banana peel. You keep coming back because God is working with you, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what he would say over the pulpit, in the pulpit, right? And so, you know, I embraced these things, you know. So it was the constant feeding, and then we had a men's rap session on Monday nights. That was real helpful too. In the men's rap circles, you know, and it was based on 9 principles. 9 principles, he called them 9 principles of self-development, you know, fellowship, two or more people coming together with common interests, common goals, bond, you know, that thing that holds a group together, you know, love, to be able to express oneself totally. So it was 9 principles that governed this circle, you know, and we would sit down as men and deal with real issues. And then he would he would be a part of it sometimes, but he had people over it. And one day he was down there and brother got to talking and talking and talking, philosophizing about what he was going through. And Rev cut him off like, brother, that's not what this is. This is not about no philosophical BS. What's going on with you? How your relationship with your father? Boom. And then and we just started dealing. So we used to deal with issues, you know what I'm saying? And it helped you to be able to communicate your issues. And it wasn't no big eyes and little U's in that circle. Everybody just put their stuff on the table. And it's those kind of relationships, those kind of situations where you was able to just express yourself, you know what I'm saying? That really helped me through, you know what I'm saying?
Beautiful. Yes, sir. And if there are any people who, especially youth, that are battling addiction, can they reach out to you on social
Absolutely.
media to help you help them with battling addiction?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Matter of fact, a sister asked me a question yesterday. It was yesterday about that. Cause you know, cause I'm expressive about that, especially when I know people going through that, you know what I'm saying? And so I had spoken with this sister before, and she asked me a question along those lines, like how did you get rid of that craving and things like that, whatever the case. But in my talking to her, it was so therapeutic for me. You know what I'm saying? I have already decided to start putting some stuff together, man, and doing maybe like an ebook or maybe something along those lines to talk about the stages that I went through that helped me along the way. So yeah, man, that's what I live for real. You know?
Thank you, sir, because that's something that's definitely affecting us as a people, but especially in religion. Addiction
Absolutely.
is real. We need some practical examples and solutions to help us battle that.
No
Uh,
doubt.
praise be to Allah. My next question is, how did you get into music?
It was from that same spot. I was 12 years old, and back then, Richard Smallwood, who's a world-renowned gospel singer, was the minister of music over there at Union Temple. This goes back before we left the church, and you know, I was always fascinated with the music aspect. And the young adult choir at Union Temple traveled the world and everything, right? So this one Sunday, you know, I liked all of it, the singing, all of the instruments and everything. But this one particular Sunday, this brother named Aaron Graves was playing the bass, right? And he was gone, man. He zoned out. He went into a zone. And I'm sitting there in the pews like I was locked. You know what I'm saying? I said to myself, man, I want to do that. You know what I mean? And so after the service, man, I went to my mother and I was like, I want one of those. I didn't even know what to call it. I knew it was a guitar, but I didn't know bass guitar. He said, I want one of those right there. You know what I'm saying? She got me one of those, man, and that's where it started, you know?
Praise be to Allah. Sister Tadara sends the greeting, the great drill instructor, Sister Tadara. Sister Maria says, what advice would you give a young 35-year-old man that had been exposed to the teachings, the best way to turn his life back to his original self?
Well, you know, everything is decision. You know what I'm saying? All Mr. Farrakhan, man, teach that it's nothing more powerful than a made up mind.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I mean? So the mind got to be made up. I remember in '84. Well, no, it was after '84, but the lecture was from '84. My brother had a cassette tape of the minister. I didn't even know he knew about the minister. You know what I'm saying? And the tape was playing, and this was in the mid '80s, about '86 or something like that. The tape was playing, and I'm smoking a cigarette, and I'm listening to the minister, right? And he said, and I heard this before, but it was something about this time. He said, the body is the temple of God, right? And he said, you wonder why your prayers are not being answered. You pray to the God, then you cloud your temple up with smoke. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like tripping, like, and it was that day. It was that day I said, you know what? I'm done with this. You know what I'm saying? You know, it took a while, you know, but the way that hit me that day, you know, but once my mind was made up, it's a wrap. You gotta make up your mind, you know.
Praise be to Allah. Beautiful. Okay, excellent. And I believe you answered your questions, Maria. Boom. Excellent. My next question for you is: you came in 1993. This is leading up 2 years before the Million Man March. What was the climate like in Washington D.C. and how did the Million Man March personally impact you?
Wow. It was very high energy. You know what I'm saying? It was so much going on, and the ministers used to come in and out of DC, you know, at that time. And plus we stayed in the news. The nation stayed in the news, you know, how they was trying to, you know, crucify the minister in the news. And then by me being new, it was like, wow. So, but then we were trained to listen to the minister. You know, if it's something you about to encounter and you don't know how to encounter it, listen to see how the minister deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Especially then when the ADL saying this, and then they put his words up. I was like, wow, he said that. I remember I heard him say that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you know, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. So I gotta wait on the minister. You know what I'm saying? Then he handle it. You know, but the energy was high. And I'm, you know, to be perfectly honest, it was so much going on that you could see that the enemy was right there, you know, trying to trip us up, you know what I mean? And make us fail, you know what I mean? Whether it's, you know, like in Study Guide 17, it's like that question is asked, can you be a part of the conspiracy and not know, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
know?
sir.
So it was so much going on. I'm like, wow, I got food, I got a Marvin weed, you know what I'm saying? But the energy was so high and determination was so much there that you know, it wasn't never going to stop us. You know what I'm saying? And then the impact. Oh man! At the time, me and my brother, we had done a cassette tape. Not a wannabe, gonna be one in a million. You know what I'm saying? We did a little rap joint. So
Mhm.
we had a vending table. You know what I'm saying? And so the night before, man, around midnight, the buses start coming in. We setting up our table, and I would see things like I'll give you an example. Right in front of my table, this brother, older brother, would walk past. He dropped his wallet. Right, a brother had to be about 16, 17, maybe 18. He ran to the wallet, picked it up. Brother, brother, you dropped your wallet. You know what I'm saying? I
Yes, sir.
was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And when it was things like that it was a brother who was right there with us at the table, Steve Ali. He was in the nation prior to 75, and he had not made his way back, but he came to the Million Man March. I look back at a certain point, I look back, this man had tears rolling down his eyes. And he started talking about how, man, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad talked about this day, man. You know what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying? So it was
Yes.
just energy, man. It was energy, you know?
Praise
Good
be to
energy.
Allah. Beautiful. And what has been your greatest trial since you've been in the Nation of Islam, and how have you overcome that?
My greatest trial. Well, you know, my greatest trial has always been internal, you know, and fighting against self-doubt. You know what I mean? And so you know, I mean, trials, trials are very familiar in the nation. But I'll tell you like this, because I've always been, my mindset is I know that I don't like nobody telling me what to do. You know what I'm saying? And so when I got my first final calls, that's another story. I was processing, right? And I came at least 4 weeks straight. And then Brother Hassan, who was my lieutenant, he recruited me before I even came in the door, because he ran into me at an event that the minister was speaking at, Reverend Wilson's anniversary. And I told him, I'm coming to the mosque after the men's day. He said, all right, good, you're gonna be in my squad. I took my number and everything, right? So after about 3-4 weeks in the processing, he came up to me, he said, here, I want you to soldier these papers. He gave me 25 papers. I'm processing, right? So I was excited and nervous at the same time, you know what I mean? But I went out, you know, and I sold those papers, right? So I couldn't wait to get back to Brother Hassan to give him the money. So that Sunday I ran into him, gave him the money. The meeting got started. But anyway, after the meeting, he came and he gave me some money back. He said, brother, you know, you get 30%. I was like, oh yeah, really? So my greatest trial has been always whether I'm gonna keep a job or whether I'm gonna push this program. You know what I'm saying? And pushing the program became my way of life. And so that's constant trial, to have to fix your mind to go out here and rely on yourself and the people, you know what I'm saying, to feed yourself and your family. You know what I mean? So most of my trials have always been internal, you know? Did we freeze? Did we get stuck? Uh-oh. Are we there? Wow. I don't know what's going on. What happened? I don't know what to do. Brother Josh. Oh, okay. What happened?
Okay, well, Michael, you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Alaikum salam. Okay, thank you all very much. People keep bearing witness in the comments to you, Brother Michael.
Allahu Akbar.
Daniel says he bears witness. Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. Excellent. Okay, yes, sir. My next question for you, Brother Michael, is my sister Miriam sends her greetings, and so does Sister Maria. Okay, my next question is, what is your greatest joy since you've been in the nation, sir?
Man, my greatest joy since I've been in the nation is my family. You know what I'm saying? You know, the greatest thing that happened to me since meeting the God, the Christ, and the minister is meeting my wife. You know what I'm saying? And I pray. I'm telling you, bro. I understand what marriages have your faith. You know what I'm saying? I understand what that means. You know, and it's just the thought of having the responsibility of a family, you know, and the joy in it, the joy in seeing your family able to be Muslim. You know, the nation can rise no higher than its woman. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to live in a way where my wife and my daughter can be Muslims without having to come out here and deal with this world and our own nation. That's my greatest joy.
Praise be to Allah. Beautiful. And how did you find a love for drill? Because you drilled in the 90s, the 2000s, and then more recently, like 2 years ago, you were drilling.
Yes, sir.
So how did you just develop a love for drill?
Well, when I was in processing, we were right upstairs and the FOI was down there drilling and the energy was so high because back then, man, it's 100 brothers in the range drilling and doing the cadence. And I didn't know how to do a left face and a right face, but I couldn't wait to get in there to start drilling, because it was fascinating. Just the energy, the discipline, the cadence, all of it fascinated me. And then my first night down there, and when they did the elimination, and I saw that last brother standing, I said, that's what I want right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So that's where my and brother Darrell, man, one of the best DIs, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Pre Joshua, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So he had such a command with it, that was, seeing the last man standing made me say, man, I want to be the last man standing one day. And that's what made me go so hard at learning it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Praise be to Allah. Beautiful. My next question is, you spoke of your beautiful wife and family. What advice would you give to future husbands?
Future husbands. Well, first of all, when you enter in court, when I enter in courtship, right, I knew that it was the first thing is I need to hear and listen and see how you feel about the God, the Christ, and the minister. That's first and foremost. I got to hear that you with them.
Yes, sir.
That was first. That was first. And then the other piece is what you love and like about the person. It's going to sustain the relationship regardless. So you better look and try to find what you don't like about it. Because that's going to be the questions that you have to answer. Can I live with this for the rest of my life? Because there's no guarantee that this is going to change. You know what I'm saying? And so that's that was the first and foremost advice I would give,
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. What advice would you give to future fathers?
Future fathers, you gotta man up, man. It's like brother Kadir, brother student minister, regional minister Kadir, in one of my counseling sessions, right? He said, he looked at sister, and he looked at me. He said, he asked my wife, he said, well, sister, what do your feet touch when you wake up in the morning? She kind of confused, she was like, carpet? Like, you hear that, brother? You know what I'm saying? So we don't need nothing less. You know what I'm saying? And so, and what's he said was yours is yours, and what's hers is hers. That's what I was taught, brother. You know what I'm saying? And so you have to approach fatherhood with the mindset that you're a God in your house. You know what I'm saying? And you the maintainer, the provider, the protector, And one of the things that me and my wife focused on is instead of teaching right and wrong, we taught cause and effect. You know what I'm saying? Because you may see me wrong. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm doing this and you see me wrong, then, what about that? And so instead of messing with your mind, and lording over you as if I got it, and you need to get it. Nah, cause and effect. teach cause and effect, because that's real for you and your child.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. And what has been your most favorite, your most fondest memory of drill since you drilled on multiple teams? You've been in DI, you've been in the ranks. What is your favorite memory of drill?
Good God Almighty, that's a hard one right there. Well, I would say 98, 1998, because it was so intense, you know, and we were practicing. And then I remember our last practice, you know what I'm saying? And Brother Darrell, towards the end of practice, it's midnight. It's going into the morning now. And Brother Darrell was like, you know, we need one perfect, we need this thing, we need to do it perfect one time, and y'all can go home. Right? And so we boom, we had it. Man, one little mistake here, one little mistake there. And then it's 1 o'clock in the morning. One little mistake here, one little mistake there. And then we did it again, and we thought it was perfect. You know, brother was like, nah. So we wanted to choke this brother. I promise you. And so he said, man, come on, man, let's mount up. So we got in the cars and drove out to Greenbelt Park. I think that's what it was. It was dark. I don't know where the hell we were, right? But so we parked in the park, got out the cars, then he started running in the woods. Let's go. And we in the woods. Bro, general number 1. If you got it, okay, good, let's go. General number 6. 25 push-ups. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, and so we get all the way deep in these woods. Then he say, all right, now who can get us back to the cars? You know what I'm saying? So one by one, we're trying to get back to the car. One brother's got to go on running, and he just disappeared. He fell in the ditch. You know what I'm saying? But by the time we got back to the cars, the sun was coming up. And right there, I said, we're gonna win. You know what I'm saying? That was so, and because that hit me like that, after that kind of experience, you know what I'm saying? When we got to Chicago, it was like no doubt in my mind. I didn't care what nobody went up there to do. I didn't care no kind of energy nobody had. You know what I'm saying? I felt so confident that we was gonna win. And man, when we went up there, I don't know, you remember they used to have the God and the Christ on the stage, the pictures, the big pictures.
Yes, sir.
Man, when we got to stomping, the pictures start jumping, you know what I'm saying? The sound went out, man, boom. Yeah, that was probably my most memorable moment.
Okay, beautiful. I have two brief questions for you, sir. And I want to thank everybody for watching the People's Podcast. But I first want to make sure I give a special salute and shout out to our sponsors of the People's Podcast. 1 second. Okay, here we go. Okay, boom. I want to thank everybody for remove this up. Okay, here we go. Move all my slides up. Here we go. But yes, sir, I want to thank everybody for all of their sponsorships. I want to start off by thanking the Street Premiere for you all sponsorship. I really appreciate it. 4K cameras, drones. That's my brother Rashad. He did a great job and does a great job with sponsoring every episode. I want to thank you, Rashad. I want to thank, here we go, boom. My sister Miriam, ABC I Love Me. Thank you very much. Mimi for holding it down. Get her children's book and coloring book on Amazon. I want to thank my sister Naima, Stay On Point Dance Academy, LLC. Thank you very much. I want to thank our brother in St. Louis, Supreme Men's Clothing, Fashion. He can ship your clothing any and everywhere. Thank you very much, sir. Our brother Ronald, BMW Entertainment out in Arizona. I'm coming right back to you, Brother Michael. I want to thank Our sister Tia Muhammad, Raising Black Millionaires. She has flashcards and they teach economic empowerment and development to young children. Please reach out to Sister Tia Muhammad, Raising Black Millionaires. Thank you very much. Brother Kenneth Muhammad, Bowtie Maker Extraordinaire. Thank you very much, sir, for your sponsorship. You'll send your bow ties everywhere. I want to make sure we thank our brother Todd X McGraw for his Life Supreme Team Insurance. Thank you very much, sir. If you need some insurance, reach out to our brother Todd X McGraw. Exodus, A New Way of Life, Credit Restoration. Thank you very much. If you need some insurance, some credit done, reach out to our brother. Coming right back to you, Brother Michael. Khalik's Boutique. Thank you very much for your shirts. Please reach out to them. They do custom shirts and they do a great job. I want to also say, Brother Chantel X, he does refrigerating and shipping all over the country. Thank you, Brother Chantel X, and your business. Our brother Jabbar Muhammad, Client First Construction. They do painting, carpentry, roofing, flooring. Thank you very much, Brother Jabbar Muhammad out of Chicago, Illinois. Our sister Landra L. Muhammad, Navy Beans, More Than Bean Pie. Thank you very much, Sister Landra, for your support as well. I'm coming right back to you, Brother Michael. Dr. Henry M. Carter, thank you very much for your sponsorship of King Henry's Turkey Leg. Thank you very much, and we look forward to coming to your new spot as well. Our sister who does home decoration, home decor, we thank you very much. And if anybody needs some decoration, please make sure we reach out to our dear sister. Brother Rashad Muhammad of Chicago, doing the COVID cleaning company and cleaning business, disinfection. Thank you very much, Brother Rashad Muhammad. I'm coming right back to you, Brother Michael. My father's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ, AbdulSharif.com. Last but not least, my two books, No Father, No Excuse, which are both on Amazon, and my children's book, Cleopatra. Thank you very much. And we are back with you, Brother Michael. Boom, just like that. Brother Michael, I have a lot of albums, and please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube as well. I have a lot of albums behind me, Brother Michael, and these are some of my favorite albums that just really stood out and represent a lot of aspects of my life. You're a musician. If you could choose one album that could represent you, what would your favorite album be, and what album would that be?
Hey, that's a good time to promote my own album.
Yes, sir. But no, before we answer that question, where can we get your music from?
Yeah, basically all of the different digital outlets has it. Black Dawn is the name of the group. Shine is the name of the album. You know, and it's on all of the major platforms: Apple, Spotify, Google Play.
Okay, thank you, Bro.
Yes, sir. And but you know, as a bass player, man, I like Marcus Miller, man. His Power album, all of his albums vicious, but his Power album stands out. He's like one of the latest bass players that I study. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of bass players that I study, but Marcus Miller. But the song that comes to my mind, that McFadden and Whitehead, Ain't No Stopping Us Now, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yes, sir, yes, sir.
That's one of my favorite songs of motivation, man, for like a time like today. You know what I'm saying?
Praise be to God. Beautiful. My father has played that song millions of times, so of course I'm familiar with the song.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. And my sister Naima says, all praise be to God. Thank you all for continuing to watch. My next question is, what do you do for fun, sir?
You know, man, live. Man, every day I breathe. When I wake up and I'm breathing, man, it's just fun to live. Of course, music is always fun, you know. And I like, and really, my wife. People don't know my wife. She crazy for real. I mean, not crazy. Not crazy. I probably shouldn't say that, right? But we have a lot of fun, man. And which is another thing where marriage is concerned. It's like being friends, you know, and being able to laugh and have fun about life. You know what I'm saying? But of course, music. Of course, I just like. You know what's fun to me? Making other people happy. You know what I'm saying? Making other people feel good, you know?
Yes, sir. And Brother Michael, inshallah, I want to reach out to you because I want to bring you back for a jam session because we got to hear your music live. And we do those every Friday. So I'm going to reach out to you after this, inshallah, so we can get you scheduled because I got to hear, your band. I'm a huge fan of rock and roll, but of course, soul and funk as well. So the bass, I'm familiar with it. So I definitely want to hear you play some of your music.
Yes, sir.
my last question for you, sir, is what do you want your legacy to be?
Wow. What do I want my legacy to be? Well, you know, I was just telling somebody about my great grandfather, who he passed in 76, but he left land.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And so it was in his mind not to leave just to leave. You know what I mean? Just
You
to
say
live
yes.
and die, you know, live
Yes, sir.
and die, you know. So, but basically I want my legacy to be that, you know, Brother Michael uh, believed in himself, and he believed he was born with a purpose, and he worked every day of his life with the thought in mind to fulfill purpose and to leave something behind that um, that the world can say that he was here. That's what the music is all about. That's what the um, baking and making people feel good about uh, eating something from your hands is all about. You know what I'm saying? So just to have an impact, whether it was a word, whatever it was, that something was given that could last into generations. You know what I'm saying? That could feed, and inspire others to want to live. You know.
Praise be to Allah. Okay, beautiful. Well, thank you very much. Brother Michael, it's been an honor to have you, sir. And then we want to definitely bring you back for a jam session so we can hear your music. Thank you for your sacrifice and the sacrifice of your family. Of course, I'm inspired by many things that you do, but drill is number one. So I got to get the 98 drill tape so I can see you all make the stage, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Shake.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And it's amazing to see you drill now with Chicago, you know, champions. That's amazing. Champions in DC, but 2012, that cadence, my God, yes, sir. I mean, what we talking about? What we talking about?
Praise be to Allah. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, beloved. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Thank you all for watching People's Podcast.
Wa alaikum salam.